Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Token Games Podcast. I'm your host and sometimes referee, Zach Pearson. And today I'm joined by Michael Dat Hill. Say hello, Michael.
Mega Man Zero is the best character ever.
Yeah, that's totally an intro you would do. And here comes a new challenger out of nowhere in a weird hat, Mr. Andrew Smith. Say hello, Andrew.
What's going on, guys?
See that, Hill? See? He already doing intros better than you. That's a damn shame.
That's some bullshit. You know that.
Anyways, today's topics are something that's been pretty popular, buzz and trending, or retweeting, or whatever the fuck kids are calling the shit right now. A little thing called the PlayStation Experience. For those of you who don't know what the hell the PlayStation Experience is, it's quite simple, really. All it is a Sony-only E3. That's literally the smallest I can make it. A Sony-only E3. If Sony's making it or someone's making it for Sony, chances are they have the potential to show it off at this event. Now, it lasts on average 72 hours, and this year, 2016, marked its third year of annualization. There have been dozens of titles, about a dozen titles revealed and talked about, and we're going to go over some of our favorite ones, followed immediately by Marvel vs. Capcom 4. Why you do that, Capcom? Why you do that? Now, first, I'm going to pass the ball off to Mr. Hill. And again, remember, if you want us to look at it, drop a picture or a link of it in chat. Now, with that being said, Mr. Hill, what'd you like about the PlayStation Experience? What are you looking forward to?
Right now, mostly of the old game remakes, Crash Bandicoot, Rapper the Rapper, and somewhat, and Clank, and probably that new Armageddon Mass Effect, so I can actually try to play that game, because that game looks cool.
So basically 80% of everything they showed off.
Yes. I'm ready for everything, but more excited for Rapper the Rapper, because I've honestly never played that game. Now I get to experience why everybody hated that game.
No, I'd say a lot of people like that shit. Anyways. Well, out of that group, though, which one are you most looking forward to?
Mass Effect Armageddon.
Isn't it called Pandora?
Andromeda. That's it.
Andromeda. Yeah, fuck we both fucked that up. That's
Yeah.
sad because I've beaten all 3 games. Damn.
If that other guy was here, he'd rip me a new one right now.
Oh damn. You're not gonna even give him a name. Shit.
I'm already fucking up names already. Let's add another one to the list.
All right. Now, were there any special guests that you liked, or did you just pretty much only watch the trailers?
Watch trailers, immediate hype.
All right. Well, I guess that leaves me since, to my knowledge, Andrew didn't know the PlayStation Experience existed until 15 minutes ago. In my case, I both love and hate to say it, but it's Marvel, baby. It's just Marvel. See, I kind of sort of predicted what, a lot of people say, well, they made 3, obviously they make another one. No, none of that shit is ever guaranteed in the movie, film, or just in general in the entertainment industry. Sequels are never guaranteed. Continuations are never guaranteed. But generally speaking, my thing is, I basically said, once I found out that the licensing style and format had been changed by Disney when it came to characters involving Marvel or in general, I was like, okay, the potential for MVC4 to happen is now realized. I didn't think it'd be this fast, though, because they didn't reach that conclusion until about 2015-ish, or early 2016, late 2015. Now, for those of you that don't know, which is everybody, including people in this chat, what had happened was Disney slash Marvel realized that based on their licensing style, for lack of a better way, lack of a shorter way, they was losing out on potential money for people to make games with their characters. Because if they give exclusivity deals, well, what if somebody's a part of another team? Or what if, they want other people to exist in the world? Because you know how it is in the Marvel world. Superheroes are never alone. They're never alone. And there was all types of issues with that, even regarding the last installment. Some members of the Fantastic Four were supposed to appear. Hawkeye almost didn't make it, and there was a fight over Storm. Mind you, most of that is just rumor mill. But let's be honest, also based on the licensing, some of it is true. And also based on Capcom's own admission. Originally, the reason that they couldn't put MVC3 on the newer systems was because licensing. The reason the DLC couldn't stay up there, licensing. The reason the DLC characters couldn't stay up there, licensing. Also, for those who haven't already figured it out or learnt, Ultimate MVC3 with all the DLC is now up on both the PlayStation Store and the Xbox Store, and will be coming to PC just like MVC4 will, or what they're calling MVC Infinity, quote unquote, the reboot / retelling of MVC1. But other than that, I hate to say it, but I'm gonna call it a slow build up or anti-climax, if you will. I was looking at Hideo Kojima's next theoretical masterpiece, even though it may not actually be just that, but people say anything that man does is basically a masterpiece, like he got the damn Midas touch. Death Stranding. I'm tired of fucking trailers. I want gameplay. See, trailers don't bother me as much when it's a Metal Gear game because there's a lot of cutscenes in every fucking Metal Gear game. There is a metric fuck ton. The only exception is number 5, where it was somewhat manageable. Now that being said, I wanted gameplay trailer. Because the way he describes this game is so vague that we can't fucking tell. Also, let's not forget, Hideo Kojima himself has had a long track record with not being good at making action games. And he got members of his team that pretty much transferred over with him from Konami. Remember, this is the studio that gave away, basically, Metal Gear Rising to Platinum Games because, hey, they didn't know how to make an action game. Or at least they couldn't make it in a coherent enough time frame. I'm not saying they suck. I'm just saying, I want to have optimism, but they're making me feel pessimistic. Other than that, I like seeing the adorable, gorgeous video game review host women that I've had crushes on for quite some time, or are just adorable. Chief of which is Holly Bennett. If you don't know who Holly Bennett is, feel free to Google her. Her legs are insanely perfect. It shouldn't be. Her legs are so perfect they defy logic. I don't understand it. It frightens me how sexy they are. Stop laughing. I can hear you. Anyways. Alright. Well, we'll slightly alter the question for you, Mr. Smith, because we know you didn't really watch or know what's going on. But what new PlayStation games are you looking forward to the end of this year or next year?
So from kind of what I've looked up, obviously the Marvel vs. Capcom, and then also that Crash Bandicoot game. I used to play those all the time when I was little, so to see a reboot of that series is pretty dope.
Yeah, and it's all 3 games too, if memory serves.
Yeah, and then in my findings, I found this one Megaton Rainfall.
We don't know what it is, so put a picture or a link in the chat box.
Alright. But basically, from what my reading is that it's a first-person superhero game. And there's, I guess, an alien invasion going on. So, that looks pretty dope.
Okay, found a link, put it in the chat. And that brings us to our next question while he's doing that. Mr. Hill, what is the dumbest or the most least interesting thing you saw at the PlayStation Experience? Don't hold back.
I don't know. Just it wasn't interesting. It's just that, granted, that dying game. Nothing against your
Let It
team or
Die.
anything,
Let It
but
Die.
huh?
It's called Let It Die.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing against him or anything. It's just I have no intention of playing that because I prefer the the more competitive games that have came out, or their adventure game, like that weird trailer game that nobody can decipher.
Sounds about right.
Also, just they're drawing straws if their greatest achievement is making remakes instead of trying to get good and make us a new game. Like everybody was hyped for the Rapper remake, but why not actually bring him back into some limelight and give him another fucking game? Crash for like a game too. Hell, give me a better Jack and Daxter game. Fuck. All y'all doing is just looking at your dusty PS2 collection and said, what will we make that will make them buy $60 for them to replay again? And people will do it.
This is true. It's not as bad as it used to be. There was a whole 2 to 3 year time span where almost 80% of the releases was just a sequel to something. It was terrible. The games weren't terrible, but the concept was. Bro, send a video, not just a picture.
My bad.
On a side note, joining us via chat is our old friend, Miss Fiona. She would talk, but she's in the middle of constructing new items in her digital/virtual store. For those who don't remember, or just for Andrew because he's new, Fiona has gotten into the business of creating video game/geek culture orientated soap and cleaning products, and she's doing pretty good with her soap bomb line, which are usually based off of Mario, Nintendo, or various game franchises. I kind of want to see her make a Scott Pilgrim sex bomb, soap bomb, just to see if it'll sell.
I'd buy. That movie was fucking great.
Yeah, I'll still make a point to watch it at least once a year. Also, I actually have the fucking game. Yeah, stuck on them apples. Co-op too.
I played it for the Xbox. I main Steven.
Make sure make sure you don't delete that shit, cause it's not gonna come back.
Nope, I really had to dig and fucking dig through my purchase section in my Xbox to download that shit again.
Yup. It took them a year. A whole fucking year to put in offline co-op. Okay. Anyways, Fiona says the games that she liked the most was, let me see here, The Last of Us 2, the announcement for it, The Whole World Shit a Brick, and a new Tomb Raider, which I'm actually kind of curious about because I haven't seen that. Or she could have been talking about the PlayStation 4 version of Tomb Raider.
No, she could have been talking about a newer one.
Yeah, well, if they started on it already, that's pretty fast. They did say there were going to be 3 of them before they, handed it back over to IDOS, or in this case, I guess Square or something.
Yeah, because that's in my findings. That's what they were saying. Who's working on it is Square Enix.
Yeah, because Square bought. I think they either bought IDOS Interactive or they bought Tomb Raider in general. So yeah, I'll look into it later at some point. But I digress. Hmm. Something's wrong with Hill's connection. Anyways, all right. Well, I guess I'll ask you since you have started looking at it. What's been the dumbest or shittiest thing you've seen coming out of PlayStation so far?
Um, to be honest, I'm really not too sure. Probably just kind of going off of the little bit of reading that I've read, the fact that there's one called Let It Die. It sounds kind of cool, but I couldn't find much info on it.
Well, let me try to fill in some blanks. You ever played No More Heroes?
I don't believe I have.
Damn shame. All right, so it's made by a company called Marvelous Entertainment. They're known for making action games or making really, really bloody action games, pretty much. And they do multiple styles. Sometimes third-person shooter-ish, sometimes action-based. This is their newest incarnation. Now, the way it works is you're basically a body who's put into a tower. And it's supposed to be basically a free MMO type thing where the minute you get in, all you do is beat people up and find things until you can get your character to look halfway decent. But if your character dies, well, you have to fight it. Or you can fight it to get some of your shit back. Because when you lose your shit, they have it. So you're naturally going to want to fight them, but they'll be stronger than they were when you made them. Now, as far as more details, I can't give you much. It's a free-to-play PS4 game, if memory serves, and that's about all I can remember. Because they kind of sort of, they had to put it this way, they announced it, and then almost we hear nothing for almost 2 years, and then they just drop it on us.
Gotcha.
So you're not the only person in that boat. Now, as far as me, what I found, well, lacking, I pretty much already said it, was Death Stranding. Yeah, I like Kojima games, but, you know, this whole cock teasing shit, it's old. It's old. He had a whole convention panel where he just talked about his shit. And we don't know anything more. We really don't as far as gameplay. All we know is that the chubby dude, which a lot of people didn't even know at first, in the new trailer, is Guillermo del Toro. That's all I learned. I still don't know what the significance of babies are, but they seem to be important. Because everybody's got a baby. Not even joking, it sounds weird. Go look at the new trailer. All it is Guillermo del Toro running from a tank, holding a naked baby. Or a robot that looks like a baby. How many times have I said baby?
Like 50.
Yeah, so that's what really did it to me. Everybody else brought their A game. I really do enjoy Gravity Rush 2, and I wish that the Japanese version fucking has an English option, because I would go on and fucking buy that shit right now. And I'm definitely loving Nier Automata, because it's doing exactly what I've always wanted, which I don't know why it hasn't happened more often. I want an action game that has the feel of a RPG that has the feel of a Devil May Cry, and that's pretty much what Nier Automata is. And it's open world? Shit.
Yeah, open world games always catch my attention.
I mean, just the concept alone is pretty much unheard of. An open world DMC style RPG. Name one. Go ahead, I'll wait.
Yeah, I can't come up with
Exactly. Let me try to fucking see what the fuck happened to Hill. Or at least Guitar. I think his mic might have just shut down on him. Anyways, all right. Well, while that's sorting itself out, on to the penultimate topic. And I love saying that. I never get to use that word anymore. Anyways, all right. So next thing I want to bring up isn't so much about the future of gaming or the future of Microsoft, but I'm curious. I want a secondary opinion on the PlayStation 4 Pro. Do you think that this is just the first iteration of many potential upgrades, or it's just going to be that they take the PlayStation 4 Pro and they find a way to just add an expansion physically directly onto the system instead of making a newer version of that PlayStation? So basically, changing out the graphic card versus buying a new computer. Which method do you think they're going to use and why?
Probably changing out like the graphics card, mainly because it's going to save them a lot more money than building a whole new computer.
Okay. Now I'm just going to type the question out to Fiona real quick while Hill gets his shit together.
Because one thing you need to realize is that if they try to build a whole new computer, is they have to do all more research and more development to make it better. So if all they gotta do is swap a graphics card out, why don't they just do that? Saving them a lot more money.
Okay, now while we wait for her response, I hate to say it, but this is one of those few times where I can't give a decisive answer. I don't know. Well, we obviously don't know, but I don't know from my personal standpoint which one will be more appetizing to them because they're going to get money either way. But the question is also markets. How well is this shit like this going to do in other markets? Because no matter what we think a video game is, cost, or should cost, there's always going to be a situation where, quite literally, somebody, or in some way, shape, or form, they have to alter or need to alter what they're doing in order to get their fucking games and shit to sell at a decent amount. I don't know if you noticed or not, but in the country of Brazil, I think it's Brazil, or some, is a country in South America, fucking video games almost cost 3 times what we pay for them. So if you bought a fucking PlayStation 4, you pay over $1,000 for it alone.
That's insane.
Yes, it is. It's fucking stupid. Microsoft even has a factory that produces the consoles in South America. And even though their shit's cheaper, only about $200.
Yeah, but that's still a significant
Yep.
decrease in cost.
Well, I mean, for us it would be. For them, no, not really. Because that $200, fuck, bro, that might not even be able to get you a goddamn game.
True.
Yeah, I don't know the exact sales or tax figures, but you can look it up on the computer and drop a link or something in chat. Sales prices of video game consoles in different regions, blah 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 blah, just for shits and giggles. But that's why I'm not sure really, because if they make an accessory, that's fine. And it also helps out those other countries that are going to have major issues with shit like this. But also at the same time, when it comes to making a new well, they said they're not sure if they're going to make a new council, but making a new upgrade of a council. Just how many councils are you going to make until people stop considering an upgrade and just consider it a brand new council? There's going to be some type of a feature that will or can eventually come out that's going to be basically, for lack of a better term, something that cancels out something else. Oh, well, everybody stopped using Blu-ray discs now. Nobody wants to make Blu-ray disc anymore after 15, 20 years from now. But we still got this upgrade console that can play Blu-ray disc. And they feel like it's a waste of money. Well, now we're going to make a version that doesn't have a fucking disc drive and it's only cartridges. At that point, let's be honest, it's really a new fucking system.
Yeah.
So, sorry, but I don't have a direct answer. But, hey, I tried.
I mean, that or it's gonna be like what happened with the Xbox One S, where it might have a few improvements, but how the system around the main components will be changed, and it might be a little bit smaller. I don't know. I haven't, to be honest, I really haven't looked into the PS4 too much.
Well, it's not that. It's just that was about the future of console gaming in general.
Yeah.
And Fiona's still. I'm gonna ask her if she's still typing real quick. I kind of want to make a video of her making her like soap bombs and shit, because she uses only natural ingredients, no chemical crap, which is pretty cool. And she's been selling them pretty well. We're trying to get her to put them up on our website, but at the same time, we're getting ready to have a mass overhaul to where we can upload and show almost every new game coming out next year for people to either buy or reserve flat out, without having to request something.
Gotcha. Sounds pretty good.
Yep. Okay. Excuse me a second. One of my amiibos hit the floor, so that's why I was trying to do that. Take care of that. Finally got me one of the more annoying ones to get. Okay, that looks better. Alright, well, it looks like Fiona's still typing. So, yeah, she gonna be a minute. Alright, so moving on to the next topic. I feel like there's a potential for the Final Fantasy 15. Wait, no, you haven't played 15. Damn, that's right. There's something I can do. Okay. She's not going to be done anytime soon, I don't think. Alright, so yeah, anyways, I'm kind of curious about your opinion on something. Now, I know you don't have, well, no one really has a Nintendo Switch, but from a personal standpoint, do you feel like they've truly improved on everything that was their problems, or you just think they dropped the ball too many times and you're just like, fuck it? What's your opinion on that shit? We already asked, but we never asked yours.
I mean, I do think it's an improvement for Nintendo. Normally, things from them don't really get me that hyped, but when I saw the Switch and the trailers and stuff for the Switch, that got me hyped up again because now they're allowing like games like Skyrim on the Nintendo Switch, and I'm like, that gives me a little ray of light per se, because it's like we can actually play cool games on Nintendo systems, and it's not going to suck. It might suck, I don't know.
Yeah, it's the video game industry. No one owes you anything, and nothing is guaranteed.
But I mean, just kind of going off of what I've seen, it looks legit. I think they've solved a lot of their issues. If this is a success.
I like how you phrased that. You're a noble man, I'll give you that.
Thank you very much, kind sir.
Anyways, all right. Well, with that being said, let's see. Fiona has finally finished her answer after watching her drunk cousin try to sing a Backstreet Boys song. I forget how much I miss having people in this thing. Anyways, I'm just gonna read it out loud real quick. I honestly think it's just. Oops. Yeah, I forgot to put my phone on vibrate. Hello?
Smooth.
Why don't you knock? Yeah, let me put this on vibrate because my dumbass forgot. I honestly think it's just going to be attachments at this point because there's no reason to bring out another new system each year or so just for little things. It's not like it's changed much as is PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4. Not really much change. Same for the Xbox systems. Nintendo's the only one that went left field this whole time. Well, that's an interesting opinion. Now, with that being said, ouch. Let's go over the data or the new information, and I can get your opinion on it, of what's been going down with the whole Infinity thing. Alright, so first off, it's one of the only fighting games that's being directly produced by Capcom in a very, very long period of time, excluding some exceptions. People don't realize, but most of the time they commission other people to make their stuff, or they give them a base engine and then tell them, hey, you're going to make this for us. The company they normally use is a company called Dimps. But the thing about that is that's not really necessarily them being lazy, because here's the thing. Guess who owns Dimps? The dude that made Street Fighter and King of Fighters. So realistically, that was a smart decision. Now, what we learned is that it's being spearheaded producer-wise in America by a dude named Michael Edward, or Michael Edwards, plural, I'm not sure. We can check later, or you can Google it later. But the thing about Michael is that he's a diehard Marvel vs. Capcom fan. He grew up on the games, and the person that they're doing the deals with as a liaison for Marvel actually was an ex-Capcom employee. They also went and got about 7 to 10 people who's been working on the franchise since its inception, which is Marvel Superheroes or either X-Men Children of the Atom. I'm not sure which one of those came out first. Again, we can Google the shit later. Now, his explanation for the alteration to the assist style was that he didn't like the fact that it was only limited to 3 things. So instead of having it limited to 3 things, he made it freeform, basically kind of sort of like Dead or Alive does, where the character can come out and perform whatever you want them to on the spot, or continue to combo, or switch back out on the fly. So yeah, basically Dead or Alive. What we don't know, however, is it metered or not? Like, there's a certain limit you can do, or there's a cooldown stamina type gauge. That's what really I'm curious about. Also, We still don't have a confirmation on what all the gyms do. We don't know if it's a secret or people just didn't think to ask because they're assuming they work the same way as Marvel that they did in Marvel superheroes. But for the time being, what we can guesstimate, and I stress the term guesstimate, is that the power gem is unblockable and causes knockback on everything. Maybe super armor, we're not sure. The time gem allows enhanced character movement, easy canceling, and the ability to not teleport but get behind characters, which we saw demonstrated in the trailer. And right now, like I said, those are the only ones that we know for a fact work the way work close to those ways. Now, the other ones would just be guesstimations from how they functioned in the previous title, Marvel vs. Superheroes. So I can't really tell you, but I think it would be cool if one of those gems temporarily gave you healing or infinite super gauge. That would be kind of fun. The way I see it, yeah, the way I see it, I think of it like the Capcom versus SNK Groove gauge, if you remember those. No matter who you are, yeah, no matter who you are, no matter what character, you have the potential to have a unique combo just because of, well, the gems, let alone having a freeform assist now. Now, as to why they took it down from 3v3 when they said they had the option to go on 4v4 and 5v5 was for the sake of simplification. You know how it is with these fighting games. They know that they don't have enough people to necessarily, sell these games and make a profit in the MLG. And instead of beating DLC over your head, they chose to do, well, what they did. They chose to make it 2v2 and do some simplification. That's not a bad thing. Here's what pisses me off about those simplification thing, though. If they're going to simplify, why did you bring back the gems? Because the gems complicate and make things technical. But at the same time, I guess they don't want to lose the technical people too. So I guess that's maybe why they brought them back. Again, there's a lot of footage. There's an 18-minute interview with Michael Edwards where I can get some more details, but I obviously can't sit there and go over that shit. Also, good evening, Haven. Let me tell you what you missed so you can just get caught up. What was the game that you noticed or you wanted to play the most that was at the PlayStation Experience?
Well, I guess it'd probably be Mass Effect or Ghost. Wildlands. I didn't really pay attention to the PlayStation Experience, but I did post a bunch of things about
Yeah, they seem to have this uncanny ability to not truly advertise that thing. A lot of people still don't know the shit exists. Alright, well, the second question was, do you think that these new upgraded consoles will just be the new versions of consoles that they'll keep repeating indefinitely? Or will they just stake them, or will they just take them as a base console and just add attachments to them that further upgrade the systems?
You're going to have to repeat that. You were breaking up.
You have a loud, high-pitched noise going in the background. When it comes to these new alternate consoles that are beefier, do you think that they're just going to keep upgrading them indefinitely, which is really the same as making a new console? Or do you think that they're going to just add an attachment or accessory that enhances their power further to cut down on cost?
I don't even know what game you're talking about.
That's not a fucking... Okay, he can't hear the question. Hey, pull up the chat and read the text box that says second question. Did you hear that? Haven?
Yeah, I'll do it in just a second.
All right.
I think the consoles don't have some upgrades, but I think they're basically just going to be the same basic console that you bought this year. Like the Xbox One S, you can buy that. It's just a light version of the Scorpion. PlayStation 4 or whatever y'all getting, the Pro? Is it the Pro?
Yeah.
It's not gonna be the PlayStation just with new upgrades. It's not gonna be a whole new system. It's probably gonna have more processing power, or it's probably gonna have better graphics, which you can do yourself. You gonna get a graphics card or a better processor.
Okay, well, I don't understand it, but it's your opinion and I respect it. Alright. So, now that you're, for the most part, caught up, I'm going to let you start off with the final thought. What does Capcom have to do to get you interested in buying Marvel vs. Capcom 4?
Add some Tekken characters.
Wow, that was dope. Alright, Andrew, what does Capcom have to do to get you interested in buying some Marvel vs. Capcom 4?
I mean, I saw the trailer for it, and the visuals were on point. And to be honest, if the visuals look good and that's how the game actually looks when it releases, then I'll probably buy it.
Seriously though, like, what actually happened to your profile picture? Was that on purpose?
It's a long story.
You know it's a very short process to change how that looks, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Your call. Anyways. Well, for me, what they have to do is let me play it. Make a demo. Because I am aggravated that there is no assist, but at the same time, due to the freeform assist, that means that everything you do with the secondary character is an assist. So you don't have to think of it like, oh, I'm fighting as this character with a little bit of help. It's more along the lines of, oh, I'm fighting with this character as one. However, that being said, they better not fucking have they better not have a fused health bar. It better be a goddamn individual health bar. That would really just drive me up the fucking wall. Hello,
Yeah.
Casanova. Oh. David. Casanova. Oh.
I don't think he hears you.
No, I think he doesn't have a mic because he says he picked up. Anyways. So yeah, that's my
Oh,
that's my
by
big,
the way,
what?
Ghost Recon has you can sign up for the beta as of yesterday.
On what systems though, or what versions?
It's apparently it's all of them because I went on and signed up just before I came to work, and it had PC, PlayStation, and Xbox up.
Cool. All right. Well, oh shit, Casanova's typing something. You can hear us, but oh well. I got a new amiibo.
What the heck is an amiibo?
It's a Wii thing.
Basically, it's Nintendo's new way of selling crack to people in toy format. I know that sounds like a joke, but it's damn near not. Okay, so Fiona and David, I asked them both, what does Capcom have to do to get you interested in buying Marvel's Capcom 4? Hey, just buy me the system, I'll play it. It's like, yeah, because I'm totally going to do that for free, and I get nothing out of it. I'm just going to type dots. I don't have a meme for have you lost your damn mind or oh hell no. But if somebody has a meme for that, feel free to drop it over there.
Send them the old black guy saying, "Oh hell."
I would, but I never actually had that meme. I just know it was really popular. But I think I might have something. that would equally confuse them. Oh yeah, there it is. Brace yourselves. Michael Jackson and his popcorn are coming. Anyways. Go in the fucking bathroom.
But I also looked into it. Tekken 7 is going to have Akuma, and the graphics look amazing.
Yeah, and then they went and redesigned Akuma in Street Fighter V. Apparently, he's going to be the first character for the second season as of December. Anyways, all right. Haven, closing statements.
Keep your eye on Xbox. They look like they're going to do some cool shit in the next couple years. Because I just watched an entire YouTube video on what they're coming out with. They're trying to bring back vampires. They're trying to bring back zombies.
What do you mean bring back?
You know,
zombies never fucking left.
I mean, they're bringing new spins on it. Like, there's supposed to be this game in the works. It's like H1N1 for the PC. You remember how all them people was getting up there and getting killed and getting stripped naked and made to eat shit? Well, they're thinking about making one of those for the Xbox. And then, Sea of Thieves is coming out. It lets you be pirates and shit. And, I'm hard bent on this Ghost Recon.
Okay. The closing statement is supposed to be 2 to 3 sentences, bro. Just for future reference.
Close this statement.
Wow. Classic Haven. Classic Haven. All right, Andrew, closing statements.
Yeah, that's about it.
This has been one of the weirder podcasts, but at least it was tame. I think this is literally the first tame podcast in like 7 months. It's almost frightening and a little bit depressing.
Well, you did call me while I was at work.
Let's see what Casanova and Fiona have for closing statements. So apparently Fiona's closing statement is, oh fuck. Which means Casanova's probably the only person that actually taking this shit seriously because he's been doodling something for a good 2 minutes.
What time did y'all start this anyway?
48 minutes and 40 seconds ago. It's also probably the shortest podcast we've ever done. Casanova, seriously, why do your closing statements take this long? Shit. I think this is the first time you've ever had to do one. Marvel's Capcom good and all, but get the system for a new game is hard. It's also hard to type on phone. Yeah, this is probably the tamest podcast we've ever done. Oh yeah, Andrew, if you want the rest of them, they're up on YouTube.
Alright.
Just ask somebody for a link. Or just type in Token Games Podcast, but be warned, we're not the only Token Games around. There's also a Brazilian crew, but we own the American name, so They're cool. We cohabit. We coexist peacefully.
All right.
All right, this has been another mundane episode of Token Games. I will catch you guys when I catch y'all.